Dorothea Lange caught some of the most extreme photos of the Great Depression. In Oklahoma in 1936, Hoovervilles sprang up everywhere. These were spread out across the entire U.S. Although very saddening, these individuals came together to create their own villages. They didn't just stop their lives, they kept moving on, exemplifying their optimism. I know of people now who, if they lost everything, they would probably just give up. In this photo, there are unemployed workers in front of a shack with a Christmas tree. Taken by Russell Lee in 1937, there's a sense of hope portrayed in the photo. Despite the situations, they are finding a way to come together and celebrate, hence the Christmas tree. In 1936, many individuals had to eat at soup kitchens. They were started by Al Capone, where he provided many meals to those who could not afford to eat. This also happened to be one of the only meals that some Americans could eat on a daily basis. Although this image emits a distressing tone, it's nice to see that some people could still eat and survive within this drastic time. This is a photo that portrays part of the daily lineup outside the State Service office, taken by Dorothea Lange in 1938 near the end of the Depression. A sense of despair is portrayed as many individuals will sit and wait all day, hoping to be picked for a job that barely pays. This makes us realize how lucky we are with the jobs that are available today. Imagine having to sit in line and wait all day to be picked for a job. This photo by Dorothea Lange in California in 1935 states in order to maximize their ability to exploit workers, California employees recruit people from China, Japan, and the Philippines. When an opportunity to work comes, you take it, especially during this era. Even though this job may not be ideal, you still will do the job just as well to the best of your ability. Apart from jobs, the WPA founded many projects, including the Massillon Museum, built in 1933. The WPA spent $4,543 on this project. Located in Ohio, the museum is home to art and history education. They also have an exhibit on Paul Brown, a former football coach. This photo shows how wonderful the WPA was when funded, for it created millions of jobs, but also many buildings, roads, bridges that are still around today. I wonder how the world would be if the WPA never founded any projects or employed anyone. In 1936, Arthur Racine captured an unremarkable photo of the Dust Bowl during the Great Depression, an event that killed 7,000 individuals. With the Great Depression, this Dust Bowl really hit many hard, making what seemed like tough times even tougher. We see with the car looming in the back, no one really knew what they were going to be up against. The dark color of the sky contrasted with the white in the foreground really gives it a drastic feel as to how difficult this era really was. The photographer for this photo is unknown, although taken in Washington in 1932 during the early stages of the Great Depression. Armed marchers are seen confronting the police, resulting in more than 1,000 people injured during the attack. Tear gas was also a common method used during this time. Anger is emitted from this photo, as you can see all the individuals fighting. Their hate and anger has built up in these guys, resulting in this dreadful attack. Here is another photo taken by Dorothea Lange in 1937 in California, which depicts that 2.5 million people abandoned their homes in the South and the Great Plains during the Great Depression and just went on the road. Knowing this many people fled their homes is quite drastic, for at any moment people just up and left, like the couple in the photo, hoping to find better opportunities. Would you leave the life you have now and start over like these individuals? After some distressing photos, we will end on a good note. Here is FDR signing the Social Security Act, a major effect of the New Deal in 1935. This act gave income to the unemployed and retirees. The photo presents us with a feeling of happiness and hope, for all these people who lost everything can now begin to rebuild and start a new life. In addition, it shows us that we may have to fall before we begin to rise again.